If we don't do everything right, he may never walk again. We had a walk-up lady that came up to the tower right here and reported to us that her child had fallen off of the jungle gym.
We arrived on scene and there was a child lying on his stomach, not really moving, and that's unusual for a child of that age, not to be moving.
Dispatch from 31 Sam for a medical aid. Requesting paramedics for a 7-year-old male with a back pain, possible back injury from a fall at the playground.
He just had a lot of pain, and it was in his back, or right up his spine.
How about when I touch it? Does it feel any better, or does it still hurt?
Can you pull some icy?
It still hurts?
The child is lying on his stomach with his head to the side, and eventually we're going to have to right that and put him in a better position to care for the injury. If we don't do everything right, he may never walk again.
We want to get them immobilized as quickly as possible in the event that there was some sort of spinal injury.
We're gonna make sure you don't move around. So what I'm gonna do is I've got this plastic collar, and I'm gonna put it on your neck so that you don't move your neck up and down.
He's very upset. He's in pain. It's an important thing to calm the child down.
Is it gonna hurt?
Sure isn't. It's not gonna hurt at all. It's just gonna sit around you just like this. And that's what it's gonna look like.
We rolled him very carefully in a straight line.
Nice and gently.
We then decide to put the Miller board underneath, which provides a hard surface, and then we package the patient up so they can't move. It's almost like a splint that you would put on a broken arm, only it's something that we do for the back. When the paramedics arrive, we give them what's called the turnover. They then hook the patient up with their equipment and make sure the patient is stabilized, and then once they feel the patient's ready to be taken to the hospital, then we move the patient to their gurney.
He was loaded into the ambulance and they took him off to one of the local hospitals. Once there, the doctors will assess him, and with any luck, he will be walking out of there this evening and they'll be going home to enjoy the rest of their weekend.
On California's state beaches, the tower guards are always watching the water. But there's another group of lifeguards behind the scenes. These are the peace officers. They're a unique cross between a buoy-carrying lifeguard and a gun-carrying police officer. Peace Officer Jeff David has been with Huntington State Beach for 10 years.
So today should be a pretty busy day for us.
42, 1098, 12. It's a 390.
Lifeguard Greg Carter was manning Tower 13 when he saw something out of the ordinary.
Multiple park visitors came up to me and told me that there's a drunk girl in the water just washing around.
Jeff David and lifeguard Marianne Lugermo make first contact.
How come you're wobbling and running around in the surf line there?
Honestly, I'm trying to find my tent.
Your tent?
Well, like, you know, like, whatever it's called.
I got a call of a drunk in public. Got here, there was a girl, female, rolling in the water. The number one danger is her drowning in the water. That was our first concern. The other one's just hurting herself or hurting somebody else.
Lifeguard Lugermo decides to administer a breathalyzer test.
Hold on to this until I say stop. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, go, go. Yeah. Woo! What did you drink before you got here? Because you blew a .25.
Whiskey.
How much whiskey did you have?
About 7 shots.
7 shots of whiskey.
It's a situation where if she was 18, we would just take her to jail and let her sober up. But when they're juveniles, they either have to go to the hospital because it's a medical issue, or we have to release them to their parents.
Jeff, I'm going to try to call the father.
The 17-year-old's father is located on the crowded beach and escorted to the scene.
Your daughter, Tiffany, right?
17-year-old
She's in the back of my vehicle right now. Is a .25. This is the deal. We found your father. Now, if you keep cooperating, I'll release you to your father.
We hate to see people like that, to see them at their worst, kind of like that, but we do this for everyone's safety on the beach, including hers.